Good morning. It's been a few days. It's been wet and muddy, but just a property update and what I'm going to try to get done today. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm going to go to my mother and father's house tomorrow morning early. So I'm going to have my Thanksgiving tomorrow. But one of the things we got done was this pile right here. And this was not an easy pile to make because each board had anywhere from 1 to 5 screws in it, and a lot of the screws didn't want to come out, so that took a long time. But today I'm gonna try to get my trench from the tank down the slope to here, and if I get that done I might be able to get across here fairly quickly. But what I'm thinking, an excavator's got the counterweight in the back and the bucket in the front, and it's got what the hell you call it, the bulldozer bar, whatever the hell it is, in the front as well for forward gear. And if I'm pointing downhill, obviously when I pick up dirt stretched out, it's going to want to tip forward, but I have the blade in the front to kind of hold that. If I'm pointing the opposite direction, then as I'm pushing down into the ground with the counterweight in the back, and I could have the blade in the back as well pushing down on the ground to help counteract that. I don't know. I think I'm going to start with the blade behind me and see how that works out. And if that works out, I'll just go down the hill. If not, I'll have to turn around and do it the other way. I'm going to swap buckets. That's next. This is another update. I got a 100-pound propane tank. It holds about 25 gallons or so, which I'm assuming means propane weighs about 4 pounds a gallon, roughly. This is a Westinghouse. So far, so good. It's got a remote start and stop, which is nice to like shut it off when I'm in the trailer. You're not supposed to turn them on with power with a load plugged in, so we'll see how that evolves. Yeah, propane, gas, push to start, which is kind of nice. It kind of auto chokes itself. Holds 6.5 gallons or so of fuel. There's probably something else I'm forgetting, but so far so good. I am going to make a waterproof, soundproof box for it like I did the other one. And you're probably thinking that's probably what destroyed my other one. But there's a little bit more of the story to that. We had that at Barnett, and I had it hooked to the house when we lost power. And we lost, I tried to run as much as I could in the house to see how far the generator would go. Of course, I want to push it to the limit. And it ended up burning it up. It turned my alarms on in my trailer. It was smoking so bad, but it still ran. So it already had some issues before I put it to use here. I'm still thinking it's not because it was in a box and getting too hot. So I haven't learned my lesson, or I'm going to prove that I think it should work once I get that soundproof box on the new generator. But what you probably haven't seen, and the reason why you're probably wondering, why in the hell would I dig that water trench with this big bucket when I've got this bucket? It's because I couldn't get the damn thing on. I tried and tried and tried, but I finally found the problem. When I was greasing it yesterday, you can tell there I really tried to grease it, didn't clean it up. One of those is not taking grease, and it's the thing that releases the spring when you release the bucket. So I had to manually release the spring. Anyway, we'll show you that process just for the fun of it. Now that I got it, actually got it to work a couple times, so I should go fairly smoothly. This guy here goes into that rectangle there, if you can see it, right in there, and then that releases it. Oh, you see that? Now it's stuck. It actually was loose at first, and then it just stuck itself. So I got to free that before I can get that bucket on. I can get this one off like it is now, but it won't take the new one until that springs back, which I use a crowbar. It's kind of jammed in there. Let's see if it releases. Let's get this one off first. Hopefully you can see what's going on. This thing here has to flip out. Like that. Now it'll work. We're in business, first time with the small bucket. Let's see how this works. Alright, here we are. There's the tank. I've decided to go up the hill. I think this is the way you're supposed to do it. It just didn't make sense going the other way. So I got the blade in front I can use as my leg in front, and then just go back up. I already got up to there without too much trouble. So I'm going to stay down the left side of the road, I think. Dig a trench, put the dirt to the far side. So once I'm done, I can slide back down. But I'm thinking, I got 300 feet. I want to put a riser or a spigot, a hose bib, right in this corner, I'm guessing. So there'll be one sticking up right here. So I'm going to go just straight across to the corner of that tank, and then I'm going to put a second one up right there. And that'll be to feed the trailer and or be the middleman between the green tank and the well. But we should find out when I get back next week. My 300 feet of PEX B is coming in the next few days. So the trench is in. They theoretically have all the pieces I need. So this thing could get water. It's going to be a nice step. So anyway, this corner makes sense for a riser. I think it does. I think I'll start the trench here. And then we'll just come across and on over. So here's some fast forward. If I can find a level spot to put you. Alright, gonna need something to prop you up. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that'll get the first few feet. Fast forward. Alright, well, you guys got a fresh battery. We're going to get this thing down there so I can trench across there. How much do you want to bet I don't have enough line? But property's looking pretty good. I got poison oak somewhere, and I'm looking for it like I can't believe. But I'm going to do a much better job finding it before I wander off in the bush again. It looks pretty good. Getting there. Alright, I'm going to prop you guys up in here. It's probably going to be bouncy. Let's see how it goes. Insert spot for you. Ooh. Right in here. See how will you stay there? Seatbelt situation. By the way, there was several patches through here where it was pretty rocky, you can see by the dirt on the left there, which is kind of a good sign that that mountain above us is not going to come crashing down too soon. By the way, when I fill this trench back in, I'm going to use a lot of that fertilizer to put over the pipe to protect it from the rocks I put on top of it. With any luck, you won't have a break in the line with overhead weight. Well, I'm not sure where you left off, but we have a trench from point A to point B. So when I get back next week, we put the water line in and seeing if the pump can pump up to there. That's going to be exciting. I'm going to get warm.